having coffee. And I think, yeah. And Carl, you're here now. You've been our official coffee cup counter. What are we at? 62,137. That is not made up. It's for real. Someone advance the slide for me. Clicker is not. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So ask your questions at the end, and if you're watching on the live stream at Facebook, just type it in the conversation there, or you can use the hashtag 1MCND, and we can ask your question for you. Community announcements. If you have, and you don't have to have a slide, if you have a community announcement, you can come on up here, grab the mic, let everybody know what you've got going on. I know we have a few, but first I want to go through the mugs. Kirsten is somewhere around here, but we've got some people who hit 5 stickers on their mug. Where's our first one? Mike? There he is, way in the back. All right, give it up for Mike. Mike, come on, get your mug. This is our mug club program. So Mike's been here at least 5 times. He gets a little sticker on his mug. Show it off, Mike. Give him the Vanna. Yes. Beautiful. 5 stickers, you get this sweet ceramic mug. 10 stickers. Kayla, you've got the hat, showing it off. Love it. Okay, we had someone else who had 5 stickers, and I don't know who it is. Oh, all right, come on up. Grab your mug. Vanna, your stickers. Let's see it. Give them the, there we go. Very good. All right, so again, we'd like you to bring a reusable mug if you can remember, and then we'll get those stickers on there. You can earn a whole bunch of swag. Janya is usually our swag lady. She's not here today. So, community announcements. Oh, this one's mine. Indoor golf scramble. Who's played indoor golf here? I know Brent. A few of you have. That's right. It's sweet. And they're like, oh, you can't lose golf balls indoors. Wrong. I've lost 2 golf balls inside golf, etc. One is in the ceiling and one went right through the screen. So if you guys find a Callaway Chrome Soft, that's mine. But generally speaking, you can't lose balls. We're doing this on March 4th with our members. It's going to be really fun, kind of Hawaiian Island themed. So we'll have a pig on a thing if they let us, probably not. But it's going to be really fun. Check it out, downtownbismarck.com. I think we only have a few teams left, so sign up if you guys are interested. All right, entrepreneurs love coffee. Whose announcement is this? All right, come on up. Give it up for announcements.
Hi, my name is Shelly Ontes, and I'm a local entrepreneur. I started my own business in the late 90s. So, yeah, I started when I was 12, I like to tell people. But anyway, one of the journeys when you're going through entrepreneurship is it often feels lonely, like a deserted island. So I thought, well, why not just organize your own coffee event? So every month, the third Monday of the month, we'll do just a get-together at a different coffee shop every time. So kind of spread it out throughout the city, Bismarck-Mandan area. Everybody's welcome. There is no membership or anything like that. So if you guys want to come, we'll have a short networking activity. And then rising up other things in our community also, we'll have a charity who will come and present and tell us about them. And then there'll be time just to connect and chat with people that maybe you didn't get to during the activity. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook. And the event is listed under the Entrepreneur Planner. So you can find it through that website on Facebook. Sure. Shelly is actually Chely, so that's a little different too. And then Ontis is Ontis.
That's pretty good. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Shelly. Women's Leadership Program.
Hi guys, any women out there? We got a women's leadership program. If you want to build your community, your personal, professional, health leadership skills, these are the areas that we're going to focus on through the 6-month course that the North Dakota Women's Business Center is putting on. So we'd love to have you. I went through it. We've got a couple of alumni out here, so join us.
You guys' hands broken? Come on, give it up. She's carrying a child. She walked all the way down here. Okay. Is Jackie or Sean here? I don't see. Well, I will do this one then. There is the Bismarck Brain Walk. You guys saw Jackie here maybe a few weeks ago. She had encephalitis, basically brain fever. And so there's a few things that they have going on just to raise awareness. They've got the Bismarck Annual Brain Walk, and then there's some book things coming up here as well. So check that out. Check out their podcast as well. Sean and Jackie, jmstebbins.com. You can find all that information. Okay, so we've got a really interesting program today. How many people think that it's hard to find a job out there right now? Nobody, right? Someone told me you can get a job in this community and the only requirement was that you had to fog up a window, which means you basically had to be alive. So what we're trying to find, though, in our community is ways to sort of connect students, connect folks who are looking for careers, who are looking for jobs, because there are so many open jobs out there. How do you stand out? How do you reach the student population in Bismarck-Mandan and throughout the region? So we're going to have a panel of two absolutely fabulous fellas. We're going to hear first from Kevin Allen at the University of Mary, and then Joshua's going to come up and talk about what BSC has going on, and then we're going to do a Q&A. So for the new people, think of your questions, really hard questions. We'll bring them up here, and then you can pepper them with those questions. So we're going to start first with Kevin Allen. Give it up. Kevin's going to talk about the University of Mary and Handshake.
Perfect. Well, welcome. This is my first time, so I'm excited to be here. I just wanted to start and tell you a little bit about myself. Born and raised in Mandan, been at the university. As of February 1st, I'm into my 18th year. I split time in my undergrad between UMary, and then I finished up at the University of North Dakota. And then I went on to the University of Kansas, where I did my master's degree in counseling psychology. And basically, I've been working in higher ed ever since that point. I started out at the University of Central Oklahoma. I was there for a little time, then went to St. Louis University, and then back to the University of Mary. So that's kind of a little bit of my background. Just wanted to catch you up on that. All right, so just a little bit about the things that we do for students out on campus. On the right, you're going to see the things that you'll probably associate with career services. We do resume and cover letter writing. We do mock interviews, job search assistance. We have Handshake. We do career and internship fairs. We host employer socials and different events where we bring employers on campus. One of the things I wanted to point out with mock interviews, I've been focusing on mock interviews this year for our students, partnering up with faculty, and when everything's said and done this year, I'll probably be at 200 or better mock interviews. This is also a chance for employers to come out on campus and help us as well too. So we partner with our faculty, partner with the community to offer this for our students. So that's what everyone thinks about when they hear the term career services. On the left, though, are some of the things that maybe you didn't know about us or that kind of fall by the wayside. But we offer career exploration services for our students as well. We do individual career counseling appointments with our students. I'm a licensed counselor in North Dakota. My background is in career counseling, so we offer that for students. We have a variety of assessments that we use for students as well. We do a majors fair for students to get acquainted with our majors. We do a career decision-making class for those undeclared students who are struggling with finding their path. And we do informational interviews where we pair up students with people in the community. They can go out and spend 10, 20 minutes finding out more about that career. And we also partner with the Chamber. I think a couple of Chamber folks are here to do the Job Shadow Week, typically in the spring of each year. So we do that as well. So that's a great opportunity for our students and for them to meet community members as well. All right, so let's talk about Handshake. We've been using Handshake now since August of 2020, so it hasn't been a long time. We were using another vendor before that, but Handshake was something that we thought we needed to go to. There's probably 500, 600, and maybe more schools utilizing Handshake across the United States. So they have a very big network of colleges, universities, as well as employers that are part of that. So it's our career management platform. How do employers, how can they utilize it? How can they benefit from it? It gives them the ability to post jobs and internships that they're looking for, and with the hopes of obviously connecting them to our students. Last year especially, it gives them ability to host virtual events. They can create these events within Handshake and then market them to students to promote whatever it is that they're doing. It allows them the ability to sign up for career fairs. Last year, again, we did 4 virtual fairs with about 100 employers participating in those. So it was during the pandemic, it was a way to connect with our students. It allows them the functionality to message students as well. And there's a link right there to, if you're new to Handshake and want to start getting involved with it, you can do so that way. All right, how do students utilize Handshake then? Well, again, as we talked about, it gives them the opportunity to connect with employers from the community. That's the second point there. The top point, though, is we also have on-campus positions that we recruit for. I have a couple students in my office, and that's where we'll post on-campus jobs as well. It allows the students to research employers and employer contacts. So with our old system, it didn't bring in a lot of employers, maybe from around the state or even around the country. And now with Handshake, like I said before, they have a great network of employers, so it allows them to do that. Just some employers that I can think of off the top of my head: TikTok, eBay, BP, a lot of national employers are posting within Handshakes, and it opens more doors for our students. It allows students to upload resumes and job search documents. They can participate in those virtual events that we were talking about, and they also are able to schedule appointments with me through Handshake as well. Okay, so how do I utilize Handshake? And again, this is kind of a little theme or pattern going here. Again, we can post campus jobs, opportunities for our students. We can schedule and advertise events. Just for example, I do an etiquette dinner each spring, so I can post that on Handshake, have students sign up for it, and I can also send out messages to students to, hey, it's coming up, you might want to participate in that. Again, career fair registrations, virtual fairs, sending those targeted emails to students. And I also use Handshake for my first destination survey. That's the survey we send out to employers each year to find out, or excuse me, we send that out to students each year to find out, are they employed, are they going back to school, are they volunteering, are they in the military, whatever reason, whatever the case may be. We use the first destination survey for that. So a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of employers out here, how can you become involved? How can you start working with the University of Mary? So I just put together a short list here. In the fall of each year, we do a community fair. And the community fair is simply a way for you to get out, come on campus, and promote your business organization to our students. Likewise, we're going to try the part-time job fair this spring for the first time, recognizing that need that employers might have for trying to find students. We're going to be doing that. Career and internship fairs, we host about 4 different fairs a year. We do a healthcare fair, we have 2 business fairs, and then we also do an education fair as well. We do lunch and learns, class presentations, employer socials, virtual events. I I think Carl is in the audience. They do some mentoring in the school business too, which gives employers an opportunity to work with our students and serve in that role. We have special events, Resumania, mock interview days, the etiquette dinner, job shadow week, panels that we host, a lot of different ways to interact with us, to get in front of students, and to help fill needs in a lot of cases. And then I also have an employer advisory committee. So I have a group of employers that we get together 3 times a year. They're a sounding board for me with different ideas that I have, and they provide a lot of great feedback for me. And it's a great opportunity for them to hear what's going on and take part in the different activities that we do on campus. I'd be more than happy to share information about that along the way here. And then my last slide is I just wanted to focus on this again because it is the first time I'm doing this. Our part-time job fair, it's going to be on April 1st, 10 till noon. And you can register within Handshake. There's the deadline, minimal cost to attend. Right now, I think we have 15 to 20 employers that have decided to sign up for that. So that's that. Okay.
It's a beautiful baritone. We could get something going there, Kevin. You and I could sing. Okay. Next up, let's see if I can advance this. We're going to bring up Josh. He is from Bismarck State College. He's going to talk about how they use Handshake and their career services as well. So give it up for Josh.
Okay. So to give you a little background about me, I've been in Bismarck for all of 3 months and 10 days at this point. I'm originally from Washington State. My family moved out here in November. My wife and I both got jobs at Bismarck State College, so we've been enjoying the freezing cold temperatures day in and day out. It's been a lot of fun. Our hometown's been about 55 the last couple weeks, so I'm not missing that at all. So, but I've been having a lot of fun. I've been enjoying where I'm at now. So I am the director of the Mystic Advising Career Counseling Center. It's a long title. Just director of the MAC works for me. So within that, we actually have 3 different things we focus on in the MAC. So we have mental health counseling. I have a counselor who is in there every day. He does free mental health counseling, which I'm really impressed and amazed that North Dakota has so many counselors within their colleges. In Washington State, that is not a common thing. So I love that we have that. We have our academic advisors. We have 3 advisors on staff. Within my office, we have more around the campus as well, but 3 in mine. And then last, we have career counseling, and that's where I get to come in. Even though I'm the director of the office, my focus is career counseling. I have my master's in business, and so I have the opportunity to kind of use my background and my knowledge to help the students at Bismarck State College as they move forward, as they prepare for different things like that. Now, like University of Mary, we use Handshake, but ours is still very new to us. We officially launched it this January, so it's been up and running for the students for about 25 days at this point. So we're still pretty new into it. I'm coming into it brand new because Handshake is not something that I've ever used, and yet at the same time, I've been pretty excited with the possibilities. Now, as Kevin talked about, there's a lot of different options with different career fairs, virtual fairs, sending out contact information to the students so they can contact businesses and schedule interviews. It's one of those things where I know for us at BSC, the possibilities seem endless. There's just so much for us to learn, so much for us to do, and we're excited to be a part of that. In fact, I've had the opportunity to even speak with someone from Syracuse University talking about how they use Handshake. So it is something that is pretty exciting, something that has been pretty innovative in a lot of ways for the individual colleges. I know for us at BSC, we're able to see which businesses are actually signing up to post jobs for our students, so we can kind of keep track of that. And in some ways, we also can protect our students. One of the great things about Handshake is they're constantly checking on the companies to make sure that they're not fraudulent, make sure they're not breaking any rules like that. So to be able to tell our students, yes, you should go to Handshake and sign up and apply for jobs, there's a level of confidence we have in that. So we're pretty excited what Handshake offers. And the great thing about it is it's free for businesses to post their jobs. It's free for you guys to be on there. And really, you can even, I believe you can even search by major and kind of send out information to students based on different things like that. So it allows you to kind of really direct your focus and how to reach potential employees for you in the future. So like I said, we also do the career fair. We have our career fair coming up 2 weeks from today, which I'm not nervous about at all. So, but I'm excited for that. It's one of those things where we've had businesses sign up through there. We do have a registration on our site. We're full at this point, which is extremely exciting and once again nerve-wracking. But the opportunity for businesses that wouldn't normally have come to our career fair to find us through Handshake has been great. We have actually a business coming up from Texas and one coming up from Oklahoma that we wouldn't normally have had that connection with, but Handshake has given us that connection and that ability to reach out to even more businesses. And for me personally, Walt Disney Company signed up for ours, so I'm really excited to see all the jobs they post as well. So, but it also is great because we get to contact our students. I know we have upcoming workshops for resumes and mock interviews coming up tomorrow and next week as well. So the opportunity for us to send out emails specifically to our students directed with the information we have and things going on has been a nice little added bonus within that. So instead of sending just a big old email that kind of feels like you're just spamming your students' email inboxes, we have Handshake, so when they sign in, they can see things. They also get emails with that as well. So like I said, one of the things we do, we have 2 major career fairs. We have the one coming up in 2 weeks for our spring one. We also have one in October that we're putting on for our fall. But with that, because I'm new and because I have the ability to try new things, we want to try some new ones as well. Like Kevin doing the part-time summer job type career fair, we're going to be putting on one of those probably in April as well. And then we're looking at a back-to-school career fair as well to help students find jobs either on campus or part-time jobs in the Bismarck-Mandan area. That allows them to pay for school. As we all know, school isn't free and it costs a little bit. So we want to provide them with as many opportunities as possible to pay for their education and hopefully avoid even getting student loans down the line. So like I said, we are doing workshops, and this is something that I'm glad I'm here today, kind of talk with everybody, because although I have a background in business, for the resume workshops and mock interviews, it's really hard to work with multiple students by yourself. Even though my office, the MAC, has other people in it, they have their focus as academic advisors, mental health counseling, so it's just me for the career part of it. So for our workshops, I really am leaning on professionals from the community to come in and assist with those. I'm excited. Tomorrow afternoon, I have a resume workshop, and I have, I believe, 6 people from the community coming in to help out with that. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully we have a lot of students that come. But it's one of those things where it's another opportunity for local businesses to communicate and interact with our students, to benefit our students, but also in the same way to build that connection and that networking for the future as well as students begin to look for jobs themselves. Once again, mock interview part of that, we're really focusing on the elevator pitch kind of concept. One, because at the career fairs, you don't have an hour to sit and talk with an employer because they want to try and talk to as many people as possible. So we're really focusing on that 2 to 3 minutes, helping them get the information they want to pass on to the employers. So that way they can effectively kind of introduce themselves and really kind of leave a positive memory in the employer's mind. So some other things we're doing, we have different businesses who are presenting to classes from time to time. I know for our energy department, we're actually having, I believe, 8 or 9 different employers coming in 2 weeks to present to the students face-to-face. So that way the students can see what is actually going on, what the jobs actually require, and what is involved in a regular day. So it helps the students to kind of see, yeah, that's the path I want to go. As well as I'm actually in the classrooms from time to time doing resume stuff and doing that type of just discussions with students. So it's been a lot of fun to be able to kind of get in there and talk with them and interact with them. We do one-on-one appointments, obviously, having students come in and get direct help with applying for jobs. Although the younger generation seems to know technology pretty well, there's still a lot of them that can't attach a file to an email. They just never really needed to. So being able to work with them one-on-one, help them apply for things, help them move forward is actually a lot of fun. And the last thing that we do, and this is kind of a new thing that I just started just this last month, is community tables within our student union. The goal is to have a different organization or business once a week come in, set up a table, usually on a Wednesday, because that's when we have free ice cream in our cafeteria, which is great for employees and for students alike. But we have different groups that come in, and they'll have the opportunity to interact with students as they're coming down to get lunch and get their free ice cream. And it's an opportunity for our students, one, to find opportunities to help them with their resume, because sometimes students just don't have anything to put on their resume. Maybe they don't have a job, maybe they haven't done a lot of volunteering. This helps them connect with different groups where they can volunteer, where they can maybe get a part-time job and that type of stuff. But also we have the feature within this of different things, different organizations that are actually offering stuff to our students, whether it be assistance with medical type things or mental health type things. So we're trying to really develop our community tables every week, so that way there is something that benefits our students in one way or another. So that's one of the things that has been kind of tasked to me, and it's been something that I've been very excited about because it allows me to connect with more community members as well. Because like I said, 3 months and 10 days here in Bismarck, and with the snow and the ice and the cold, I haven't necessarily been able to get out and meet a lot of new people. So that gives me a reason, gives me an excuse to contact people and do that type of stuff. So once again, I think that's it. Perfect.
Got my hands full here. Okay, so Tyler's going to be our mic runner. If you have questions for Kevin or Josh, please raise your hand, and then Tyler will find the mic. Also, I'm kind of curious, and since this is a panel, are there things, if you're an employer out there, that you wish people would come in with in terms of applying for a job, or is there a pet peeve where someone comes in and says, you know what I mean, like, don't send those people my way, kind of thing. I mean, I say it nicer than that, but you get what I'm getting at, right? So guys, we signed up for Handshake at the Downtowners. You're right about protecting students, because I accidentally put the wrong address in for the Downtowners, and they're like, looks like you're in New York, and they did not approve me. So I had to go in and change that. So safety-wise, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I had to fix that on Handshake. But it is a super cool platform. And again, I think you talked a little bit about not attaching a file to an email and not having to do that. Millennials also, or even lower than millennials in terms of the age, they don't like using the telephone either. And so this is a fantastic way for them to not have to interact with humans face to face or on the phone. So kudos. Kayla.
Hello. Okay. So when I was in high school, mine high school class of '08. Yep. Go Magicians. So they gave us a test to help us decide what we wanted to be, and my top 2 results were rabbi and auto mechanic. I am not those things, and that's how I became an English major. At the same time, when I started school, we just discovered the internet. By the time I was in college, everyone had smartphones. So things are changing so fast, and a lot of times what we're trained for isn't actually relevant to the jobs that are out there. So how are you guys, has it improved, like these kind of career assessment things you help students with, where maybe it gives them better results?
I can start with. Go ahead.
Auto mechanic thing you could still do. No. Okay.
So at BSC, we use what's called the Cooter Journey. I actually took it when I first moved here. It's Kuder, Cooter. Yeah. So I took it.
This has gotten weird fast, Josh, with
And-
Kayla's thing and that. All right.
And when I took that test, it informed me that I should be working at a college in the career counseling area. So it was right. So I consider it to be one of the better ones I've gone through. It's actually free to use for the students and stuff. We just have the stuff on our website. But in terms of like doing things that actually help the students be more effective as they get into careers, being BSC, we're polytechnic, so it's really a focus on hands-on. And that's been one of the cool things that I've been able to see, because my college was online, so I did things where it was just books, papers, turned in, that's it, which is great, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily give us the skills to do things. But if you've ever had a chance to go through our energy building at BSC and kind of go through the energy department, everything is hands-on. We have full nuclear power plant systems in our rooms down there where the kids, or the students, I shouldn't say kids, they feel young to me, but the students can actually, they're hands-on, so the teacher can flip a switch and say, oh, we're having a meltdown, fix it. And we have climbing areas for the line workers. So hands-on work is really kind of the number one priority for BSC at this point, because we know that, yeah, you can learn all you want through books, but if you can't apply it and use it, you're probably going to be missing out on what you really need skill-wise. So that's been a big focus, and it's been really kind of neat for me to see the emphasis on that area.
Kevin, I assume that you're not training people to be travel agents anymore. That career's sort of gone by the wayside, but how do you stay kind of ahead of a lot of that?
Well, just getting back to your question there, we use a variety of different assessments, the Myers-Briggs, the Strong Interest Inventory. We have this college major scorecard. And yeah, you do get some of those rabbi, travel agent, florist. But I think it's really when you sit down with students and explain to them, and it really gives them options. I mean, because there's more than just those two. And sometimes I think for students, having options is really what they're looking for. And then sometimes I tell them that you have to peel the onion back a little bit, So if florist comes up for me, well, what does a florist do that I might like to do maybe in another setting? Is it working alone? Is it setting your own schedule? Is it interacting with people? So just let's take those out of the florist title and look at other positions, grab those, and then hopefully that starts to take shape a little bit. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, it's giving them options and allowing them to find out more about themselves to get to where they need to be. Yeah.
There's still time, Kayla.
I just wanted to add one more thing about Handshake, and I don't think we did, but it's important, I think, for employers out there to know this, that when you go in and create your profile, you can select all the different schools that you want to post to. So you could choose to post to UMary BSC. There's probably another half a dozen in North Dakota that are utilizing Handshake. So you can post to UND, NDSU, Minot State. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for employers to get in front of a lot of students without having to post jobs 5 or 6 or half a dozen times. So it's a good feature that they have.
When we signed up, we picked a few in North Dakota, but then if you've got something very specific and you can find that college that trains specifically for that, I mean, obviously we want you to think local, but if there's, another flight school, or something like that besides UND, and you can target them. So it is really cool. And again, the safety feature, put the right city when you're doing that. They'll catch you. Question.
Yeah, so I think on that note of like it being kind of a one-stop shop for students, I think that that's really nice from that perspective. But as an employer, like my first thought, especially for like 2 new universities, is like how many students are actually going to that right now? Have you had any struggles with like getting them to actually utilize that platform? Or what's that kind of been like for getting them to go there?
It's always been the struggle. I mean, it's a struggle getting students to come to our career fairs that we're doing. And I think what's going to help is, as I said before, we do our on-campus jobs. So as a student comes in as a freshman, they need to get involved with Handshake so that they can search out these jobs. So I think the area that's going to be helpful for us is, and it's going to take some years. So the first crop of students 2 years ago for us, and then this last year. And then, so they're going to become familiar with Handshake. Those who are already juniors or seniors, we still got to work to get those students involved. When we do classroom visits, in fact, today at 11 o'clock, I'm talking to our transfer students about Handshake and its capabilities and events and career service. It's kind of pretty much the same talk that I just got done with. But it takes time, it's partnering with faculty and working with students one-on-one. So it is a struggle. One of the features with Handshake too is I can look and see who's applied for positions. So it tells me students are applying to our positions or to the different employers that are posting within Handshake.
And then,
Josh, you're using ice cream. How are you? I heard I would sign up if there's free ice cream.
well, and then one of the nice things about Handshake is our alumni can use it as well. So any one of our alumni can come back in and sign up under BSC's area and then put in their major and that type of stuff. So it allows our alumni, so even though we just started in January, I said every year we'll be able to build bigger and bigger and have more individuals within our group, and those accounts stay for as long as we have Handshake. So that makes it nice. And yes, Handshake or ice cream on Wednesdays. So.
If you have a question, just throw your hand up, or if you can put it #1MCND or put it in the Facebook chat, we can ask it for you. I'm really excited about your part-time career fairs because we hear that a lot from our businesses as well, whether it's retail service, and we hear it from the city a lot. Hey, we need summer arborists, that work in the forestry department. It's really hard to find part-time. Is that why you're doing it? You've just heard so much need from the community, or are the students really looking for part-time, or how did you guys come to doing a part-time career fair?
I think it's what you said, just hearing a lot from employers when I drive home at night, now hiring, all the different marquees, and just interacting with some of the employers on our advisory committee, the Larks, Parks and Rec, landscaping, a lot of different areas. So yeah, that would be it. And then just trying to help our students out, just trying to get people together and facilitate those hirings.
And I know for me, a number of businesses have talked about how they've had to bring people in from outside the area to try and fill jobs. And their biggest complaint was they had to train them about Bismarck for the first few weeks. Where's this, where's that, how to drive to this place and that place. Whereas if we can connect them with students who are already here, that saves them time saying, yeah, in order to get to Walmart, you have to take this turn, and go that way. The students already know where they're going, and that saves a lot of the training time.
Question back there.
I think I've got it here. So when I took my career test way back when, they told me I should be a sanitation engineer. And I ended up going into becoming a certified registered nurse anesthetist and program director for our own school. So a little bit off there. But anyway, I first of all want to give you a very positive comment in that you're being proactive with students. I think that's a big switch from where it used to be when I was in school. My question is, how are you promoting this to businesses? Like, our son has a business here in town, and finding people is very, very difficult. So I've never heard of Handshake before, and I know he hasn't. So I'm just wondering how you go about promoting that.
Josh is going to be on a podcast with us tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'll actually be on the Downtowners podcast tomorrow to talk about BSC and the career services and Handshake. We've also gotten out newsletters for the Downtowners. So for me, it's still trying to find out how to connect with everybody. We do obviously our mass emails to our list of all the employers we know, that type of stuff. But really, we're still trying to find out how to connect with everybody, because there's a lot of things that we're realizing, we thought we connected with this individual, this business, and we're like, they have no idea what we're talking about. So it's really kind of trying to figure out that step of what is missing between us and some of the employers. So that's why I'm glad I get to do the podcast tomorrow. Just every little bit, we're trying to get out and even do things like this. If one person knows and tells another person, we've had a lot of people who found out because another business told them about it, and in a roundabout way, we were able to connect with them that way.
I think a couple of strategies that we did when we kicked this off is we did a little article in the Chamber Connection. I sent something out through the CDHRA, the Human Resources Association. Obviously emailed our existing employers that we brought over from our previous system. And sometimes it's word of mouth, like Josh said. Sometimes people will connect directly with faculty and they'll send it to me and then I'll reach out to them. But sometimes it happens very slowly, one employer at a time. Doing events like this also helps too. That's kind of the different approaches that we've taken.
So everybody has some homework here. Now you know about it. Now you got to tell everybody. Tell your son. Tell him to tell 3 people. It's like a chain email. If he doesn't, bad luck for 10 years or something like that. Just use whatever threats you have to, but tell people. And that in North Dakota, and I know you're newish, that's how a lot of information is spread, through threats and person-to-person kind of situations. Anne.
Just because I think the career tests have gotten a bad rap. My high school one always told me to be an entrepreneur, and then I got a teaching degree, and now I'm an entrepreneur. So I just didn't listen to it. I run a small business, and it sounds like this would be a great fit for a lot of your Parks and Rec or your Bobcat or places that your students are maybe looking for careers. But do you see it being a fit for, like, I typically have somewhere between 4 to 7 employees, like a lot of the like retail, smaller restaurants. Is there a place in it for that kind of like a student job, if that makes sense? Like, I would prefer to hire maybe a sophomore where, he or she just works while she's a student, and it maybe doesn't envision it as a career, but more of a part-time job, summer job, internship. Is there a specific spot in Handshake for something like that, or is it more career focused?
Yeah, what are the filters that the employers can use?
There are a variety of filters. There's on-campus employment, part-time, internship, full-time. You can also filter by geographic region. So obviously we get students that are coming from outside of the Bismarck-Mandan or even North Dakota for that matter. So they can filter by maybe the state or city that they're from. I think theoretically, if kind of tying back to one of the questions, if all the students are participating in it like it should, I see no reason why that wouldn't work for you as well. It's really getting the students to buy into it, getting the faculty to buy into it, and we're pushing employers to go there, and we're also trying to obviously push students to go there. So, I mean, in a perfect world, it should work like that, and I don't know if Josh has anything else to add.
I know for us, although we're seeing some of the larger companies, the Walt Disneys and different things like that, a vast majority of the ones we're getting are small businesses that maybe have 30 employees max, so we're getting a lot of our businesses that we're seeing are the small businesses that are looking for students to do summer jobs, part-time jobs, some things like that. So I think it's a perfect spot. Whether it's going to be perfectly rolled out with all the students jumping on and finding everything, that I'm still trying to figure out and see how things go. But at this point, like I said, most of our employers that are coming on are the small businesses that are looking to fill, not the big career type positions, but just trying to fill their needs for the short term.
Tyler, you've got a question.
So talking a lot about skills fit right now. I want to talk a little bit about culture fit. So I'll give a shameless dad brag. My 19-year-old daughter, Nola, her first job was at Shields when she was 16. She's worked her butt off for 3 years, and now she's the youngest department manager in all of Shields. So give it up for Nola. She's awesome. So like I said, she worked her butt off for that, but it's also, I'm very grateful that she's got to be part of a great culture in her first job, right? Another comparison would be like Patrick Mahomes, very skilled quarterback, drafted by my Kansas City Chiefs, had a very successful career. If he was drafted by, say, the Vikings, I'm not sure he'd have that same career, but yeah, eat it, Vikings fans, it's fine, okay? So when we're looking at placement and matching students and people entering the job market with employers, how much are we talking about culture fit, both from the student perspective and then for employers, especially in this competitive labor market? Is that kind of a two-way street with employers too, to make sure they're doing like culture audits, and how strong is our culture?
I know for us, I mean, one of the things that kind of falls more into the one-on-one category that I've been able to find. I've actually been working with a couple students lately, and they're applying for jobs, and they're kind of aware of this, because one of the things they've talked about is, I know someone who works in this place, and they've talked to me about what it's like. And they talk about, well, I'm not going to apply for this place because I know what their work culture is like. So a lot of the students are actually kind of already aware of this type of thing and are looking into it. And I think part of that's because really there's so many jobs out there, the students kind of feel like I can be picky, and they're kind of doing more research on businesses than I ever did growing up. I mean, even just the different jobs I've had professionally, I have students that are saying they've spent more hours researching than I have. So it's just that culture discussion is really coming on and being kind of spurred on by the students themselves.
There's like a company profile, but I assume there's a way to kind of add, this is our work culture at this organization, so you can sort of signal that to students. Like, this is, I know co-schedule, they're grilling on the sidewalks on Wednesdays, and they're doing a whole bunch of fun stuff like that. So would you suggest employers put in some sort of company culture things within their bio, or how would they say that to the potential employee?
I've actually seen different companies list out that stuff already in Handshake. I don't know how many you've seen, but since we get to approve or disapprove anyone, I get to go through and read their stuff a lot of times, and a lot of them have their, what their different weeks look like, their flexibility, that type of stuff. So in some ways, obviously you can't show your whole culture on paper, but a lot of them are already starting to write that down and share that as well.
Yeah, I just need to address Tyler. My daughter also worked at Shields, great company to work for. But where I really disagree with you is Los Angeles Chargers are the premier team in that division. But I think who does I'm just drawing a blank here. But in terms of culture, they award the top businesses to work for in Bismarck-Mandan. So by posting some of those things, even doing, I know there's a few companies that host events on their campus to kind of showcase their organization, their culture. Students can be a little picky. When we talk to students in presentations and one-on-one, we like to talk about values. What are their values, and how does that relate to companies and their culture? And then, just telling them to ask questions to find out more information, so that it's not a one-way street, that it's actually a two-way street. So there's a lot of conversations that you can have with students.
Last question before our last question. Looks like Mike back there.
Oh. I didn't know I was going to be the last question before the last question. It's a lot of pressure. Comment and a quick question. Comment is, it seems to me, and you guys can confirm this obviously, that as we're putting more employees in, or potential employees, and as we're putting more businesses in, that this kind of application could have the effect to grow and balloon over time and really become something that's huge for this community if everybody participates and does their part to get it in there and go. Is that kind of the vision you guys see for it as well?
Yes, it definitely can be that. Being how we're part of a large global network, or with even outside of North Dakota, I know you don't want to hear that necessarily, but we have to go in each day and approve a lot of different jobs. So the longer this goes, the bigger it gets, the more time that we or one of our workers do have to approve these jobs coming into Handshake. And, you know, I don't know about Josh, but I'm getting to be a little bit more selective from those outside of this area that I approve into our system because, you know, do our students, you have to kind of make a judgment call. Do we see our students going to that employer that might be in Tennessee or wherever the case may be?
Yeah, and I know for me, as we're looking through things, you know, we're a lot more open to the businesses that are in this area. I know we've had some that were from California, and they were already kind of on the fence because of what they were asking and what they were wanting. But because they were in California, we're just like, it's not a good fit for us. So we've tried to do that. I know for me, having moved to Bismarck, I want to see this community succeed and thrive. I have 2 young daughters, and so if I can selfishly keep the best workers here in Bismarck, it benefits me and my daughters too. So I can go with that.
Good plug.
My question, if you will, and it's not necessarily related to Handshake, but just overall in the employment market. I'm talking to clients all day long that are all telling me the same thing, that it's so hard to find people right now. And are you guys seeing the same number of students go through the university system, the same numbers graduating? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? And where are these potential employees going? Are they looking for jobs? Do you know? I mean, I feel like you have a better thumb on the pulse of it than maybe the business community as a whole.
How is enrollment, generally speaking? Pretty steady, going up?
Ours this last year, we had a record enrollment in terms of incoming freshmen, which was surprising, I think, because we're still in that COVID era. But we had a record number. To kind of address that, you know, with the first destination survey that we do, where we survey our grads, I think last year's, I don't have this year's figures compiled completely, but 61% of those that found jobs were in North Dakota. So there is a large number that are staying here. You know, with our nursing programs, with engineering, teaching, a lot of those folks tend to stay in this area, which is good. That's what we like to see.
And then I know for the North Dakota university system as a whole, enrollment's actually down a little bit. And part of that's obviously because of what's happened the last year and a half, where students didn't want to go on campus, that type of stuff. But another part of it is because there are jobs already out there for a lot of the individuals that they feel they can just go straight into the workforce. But that's part of the reason why I know like BSC has really made that shift to be more of a hands-on type teaching, because that way we can get our students in, get them prepared, and move them on to careers maybe even a little bit faster than what it had been in the past. So yeah, like I said, as a whole, the state's seeing a little bit of a decline in enrollment, but I think that's starting to bounce back even now as we start to move forward at this point.
One other thing that I'll add is one of the challenges that we face, 3 or 4 miles out of town is we're seeing a greater number of students come in with no vehicles. So they're somewhat forced to work on campus or try to find transportation means to get them to employment. So that's one of the issues that we've been facing. And getting back to the career assessments, my Holland code, one of the things that the assessment tells you, where career counselor is, fits very nicely. So it's another success story.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous for some of these students. I graduated from UND during the Great Recession, and you would have taken rabbi, garbage person. Well, I mean, it was tough to find a job then, and now it's so easy. So I hope that they're at least still trying to be competitive, because if the economy ever goes back to you'll take anything you can get, how well prepared are you to compete? So just stay competitive, because there will be a time where you might have to become a rabbi mechanic because there's nothing else out there. So right now it's great, but it might not always be that way. So Tyler, Please ask our last question.
Sure. Kevin and Josh, thanks for your time this morning. Grateful for both your organizations' impact in Bismarck-Mandan. Last question we ask every week is how can our 1 Million Cups community here in Bismarck-Mandan help you guys succeed?
Well, with the different events that we do, it's one more resource now that we have that we could post those and start showing up more and getting my 5 stickers that I need. Four shy of that right now, but like half of life is just showing up. So coming in here, networking, putting up announcements, getting the word out that way. That would be great for me.
I know for me, and kind of things I'm hoping to achieve, hoping to do for the students is just having different business leaders involved with the programs we're doing on campus. I mean, if you want to get in and actually meet the students, I will create a program to allow you to do that somewhat. I have the freedom to fail because I'm so new, so I get to go out and try new things. And like I said, with our resume workshops, our mock interviews, I mean, if you've ever hosted an interview, you know how to kind of help a student talk about certain things and tell them what not to talk about. So just anything like that, help us by being involved with us, and hopefully that can turn around and benefit you by getting to network with the students.
Yeah, I'll ditto that too as well. Yeah.
We'll give it up for Josh and Kevin, doing a fantastic job. We've got, I think it's our next slide. Yep, we've got a few great folks coming up here. We've got Ray Mateen, we've got Theodore Roosevelt National Library, so you're going to be able to hear a little bit about that happening out west. That's going to be a fun one. If you want to present, you can just go to 1millioncups.com/present. So if you know somebody, please let them know. Everyone has to tell everyone else about Handshake. That's a threat. Do it, and so that way we can help these guys out and really hopefully fill a lot of jobs within the community. So we hope to see you guys back here next Wednesday for Theodore Roosevelt National Library. Have a good Wednesday.